Hello everybody and welcome. This is Tushar Chande. Welcome to a technical analysis of Nvidia on the 24th of September 2025. As you can see on the right, we've plotted the breakout body. This is Nvidia daily chart. We've had a pretty nice trend and now it's been consolidating within this uptrend channel. So let's take a deeper look. A gentle reminder, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, and of course the discussion in this video is not a trading recommendation. This is roughly a 2-year chart of Nvidia daily data. We had the run-up due to the ChatGPT announcement, and then a pretty broad consolidation, a significant sell-off, and then a bottom in early April, a very strong rebound off of that, and of course a little consolidation here. So let's take a deeper look. So this is the breakout body adaptive downtrend channel, which is a variable and adaptive downtrend price channel. The two breakouts here are clearly visible after the ChatGPT announcement. And then we've had a pretty large consolidation from these highs and then a beautiful uptrend. And now we're consolidating this a little bit here. So here I've combined the breakout body with the PALS exit and a speed of 1. This is slightly different from the standalone PALS exit because the two have been integrated, but this gives you a sense for how a trailing stop would have worked. So the initial breakout occurred here. The trailing stop worked beautifully, and when you hit the trailing stop, suddenly there was a consolidation period, and then another move up. The trailing stop would have exited there, and again a consolidation thereafter. So after every time we've gone in the green region and come back and hit the trailing stop, we've had a consolidation. So we've come up here, we've hit the trailing stop, and we're consolidating. So the question is, how long is this consolidation going to continue? So this is still the daily data with the breakout body and the PALS indicator, but now with the speed of 2. So the speed ranges from 1 to 4, or 1 is slowest and 4 is fastest, so 2 is quite a bit faster. So again, here you can see that we are moving and getting an exit that's closer to prices. So say instead of there, we got it out or there, so much faster. But again, after every time we've hit the trailing stop after a trend, we've had a consolidation. So again, very nice uptrend, an exit very close to the top, and we've been consolidating since then, though we made maybe a marginal new high over here. So still consolidating. So we have zoomed in on the recent highs. This is of course daily data for Nvidia. This is the breakout body, speed 1 exit. We have exited somewhere over here. And then the upper bound is here. We've seen the overhead resistance been tested, say at least 3 times, once, twice, and thrice, but you might include a couple more bars. As a practical matter, I've raised the overhead resistance all the way out to 190. That is, you could poke higher in here for a couple of times and even go a little bit higher, but would not really be a significant breakout until you get lows above 190. Just to reinforce that point, I've got the TC arch indicator, the adaptive regression channel, 50 days of data. You can clearly see that we have support near the lower bands of the channel. These are all default parameters. And we've hit resistance a little bit above the inside bands, but the upper band is clearly just around just below 190, so it justifies the broader, say 180 to 190 as sort of a broad overhead resistance region as we talked about. Here I've plotted the CHATS indicator, which is a measure of the absolute trend strength. So for example, here when we had this consolidation, the CHATS value never hit 100 once we've gone past this consolidation, and then when we were making lows, we were down here in the purple region. During this uptrend here, we have values close to 100, and now during the consolidation, we're again well below 100. We're in the neutral zone. So potentially could expect this to come back down to, say, the minus 50 area, or possibly down below minus 70. But that would be perfect for an entry point. But of course, as we've seen here, it might take quite some time before we get down there, if at all. Now here I've plotted some more support and resistance. We have the CHATS indicator down below. I've identified resistance around the 150 area, which was the 2 previous highs. And then we're cross-checking that by using a retracement, Fibonacci retracement using the April low and the recent highs. and the 38.2 retracement is around 147. So that's again in the 150 area. So you can see that we have some coalescing of the supporting regions. And then I'm using the most recent range of the consolidation and projecting downwards using Fibonacci extensions. And again, there you see that we're seeing some coalescing of these lines here, and then furthermore the 50% retracement and the 62% retracement. So if things were to get really bad, it could retrace further down in this retracement region down to the 50%, which would not be unusual. And that would also coincide very nicely with this other extension. So from a purely technical analysis point of view, 50% retracement is in the range of the indications of the recent price action. This is a way to calibrate the retracement. This is the highest high of the last 100 days, and each step is a 2.5% retracement from here. So we've had a 10% range already because this is 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So 2.5 times 4 is minus 10%. And then a 20% retracement would put us between 140 or 150, which would also put us in line with the Fibonacci retracements. So that just gives you a calibration of how to think of retracements. So this just combines the Fibonacci retracement with the percentage retracement, and you see the 38.2% retracement is around 20%, and this is also in the range of the 153 highs from earlier on, so that this area, if the market were to come down, would certainly provide some significant support because of the various round numbers and convergences. Nvidia is consolidating within a very slight uptrend. Upside resistance, say around 188, 190. Downside, say 160, 165. If you break that, we could get down to the 145 to 150 area. And this gives you a sense for how to combine the different tools that I have in Trendpider to analyze NVIDIA. Thank you.